1,000 people are sleeping on the streets right here in the capital city. Good evening, I'm John Burns. Thank you for choosing NBC 33 News at 10 for your news tonight. There are many reasons why so many people are homeless. We sent NBC 33's Tim Sproles to spend a night on the streets to find out why so many people in our area are living on the streets.
Of the 11,000 homeless people in Louisiana, about 1,000 are right here in Baton Rouge, and each person on the streets has a unique story.
I lived 10 years homeless on these streets. Rough life. Homeless people don't have an easy life.
Dennis BOUDREAUX has a drinking problem, but the stories of other homeless people in the area aren't so simple. My dad always said that I should walk in someone else's shoes before ever passing judgment, so that's what I'm doing. I can't fully tell these people's stories without understanding what it's like, so I got in touch with an old friend who lives off of Government Street, and he is going to put me up for the night. He started by making me a bed from things he had found down the street.
Well, to keep you up off the ground from bugs, moisture, stuff like that. It's better than laying on the concrete. And what that does, it keeps you from falling through them holes there.
I won't lie, at this point I really wanted to go to my house and not sleep in the streets. It doesn't look like much, but the sad fact is this is a better setup than most homeless people have.
Wondering how you gonna eat, where you gonna sleep. It was scary, very scary. Being out there, what was I gonna do that day? You know, how I'm gonna make it?
I didn't get a minute of sleep last night. I think it was a mix between the lumbar support of the bed and the pedestrians walking through.
It's amazing how fast my perception changed in one night. Then I started thinking about if my children were homeless with me. This is a reality for a lot of people.
Being homeless, it's devastating because you don't, as a mom, you don't have a place they don't have their own beds, they don't have their own rooms. You can't just up and get them anything that they want to eat for breakfast or for lunch. You know, it's it's the small things of owning your own home.
April became homeless when her little girl was diagnosed with leukemia. She had to care for her daughter, lost her job, and then they ended up on the streets.
Once I ran out of resources, I have no family. I have no help. I can't put them in daycare so that I can go to work. And that's how I ended up homeless.
Halfway through the day, I started feeling a bit strange. Once I realized what it was, everything fell into place. For the first time in my life, I felt completely invisible. Maybe that's the answer. We all notice homeless people, but many of us choose not to see them. They're our invisible population. A little kindness can go a long way when you have nothing.
You know, Tim, because you never know when you're entertaining an angel.
Christian has been homeless since he was released from prison.
I have a lot of people in my life that I really love, Tim, you know, and they mean a lot to me. And I want them all to be proud of me.
Every person I talk to is working to try to find permanent homes. In Baton Rouge, Tim Sproles, NBC 33 News.
Now, there are several agencies that work to help our homeless population. Staff at each tell us they've seen an increase in the number of people in the Baton Rouge area who are looking for help. One of those agencies is taking action and adding more rooms for people in need. St. Vincent de Paul has already raised over $6,000 for their expansion, but to do it right, they need $100,000 in all. Then a Baton Rouge area foundation will donate $100,000 to match. The shelter will update some of the men's dorms and add on to accommodate more women and children. It's important because hurricane season starts next month, and with all the bad weather, there are so many people left out in the mercy of the elements.
This project, from an organizational point of view, is very important to us. This year's our 150th anniversary, serving everyone in the community. And one thing about St. Vincent de Paul is we embrace everyone. We're here to help, and we're here to make a difference. Project, and this is.
The goal is to be able to take in more than 70 women each night. The new building will be an update from the current one. We've been told it'll look more like a hotel room than a shelter.